Donald Trump's corruption is out of control, and there are 3 specific ways that he is ripping people off, just taking money from people, even his own supporters. First, we have to talk about his cryptocurrency. Those numbers are staggering. Over 764,000 people have lost money, while only 58 people total have made money on that cryptocurrency. Who do you think those 58 people are? Do you think they are just lucky Trump supporters who got in on the ground floor? Or are they people who are in Trump's inner circle, who have direct access to information, to insights, to strategies? With so many things in the Trump world, that is a common occurrence, and I'll show you a couple other examples. But the sad reality is, people bought into this cryptocurrency hoping, like many investors in the broader crypto world, that their investment will one day pay dividends, that their initial investment will grow. But for 700,000 plus people, that was not the case. Their initial investment decreased, and Trump, and very likely people in his orbit, or other wealthy investors, got even more rich. That is the story of Trump's economy. And as this conversation on CNN continues, they show this happens elsewhere, including the stock market.
It extends beyond that. On April, I believe it was the 9th, at 1 p.m., there was abnormal trading volume and calls. People betting the stock market was going to go up. And then at 1:18, Trump announced he was pausing tariffs, and the market screamed to one of its largest gains in history. So somebody knew at 1 p.m. what he was about to do. This is arguably the biggest grift in modern history. Think about it. The Trump family has gained $1 billion in wealth per month over the last 3 months. And the world is getting, or the U.S. is getting more expensive for everybody else.
Very interesting timing for those calls and options to be placed right before Trump's big announcement. These people are trading on information that seems to be only available to insiders. If only there was a term for that. Hey, let's be real. Martha Stewart went to prison for insider trading. Will any of these people? My guess is no, because it is open season for Trump and his allies. They are robbing the American people blind. And despite these obvious circumstances, Caroline Leavitt, Trump's spokesperson, vehemently denies any allegations of wrongdoing or corruption.
I think it's frankly ridiculous that anyone in this room would even suggest that President Trump is doing anything for his own benefit. He left a life of luxury and a life of running a very successful real estate empire for public service, not just once, but twice. And again, the American public reelected him back to this White House because they trust he acts in the best interest of our country and putting the American public first. This is a president who has actually lost money for being president of the United States. I don't remember these same type of questions being asked of my predecessor about a career politician who was clearly profiting off of this office. That is not what President Trump does.
Now, this is something that I really want to dig into because there are a few ways to look at it. First, of course, Trump is using his cryptocurrency to sell access. That's explicitly one of the promotional measures for the cryptocurrency. The largest investors get a private tour of the White House. The largest investors get a private dinner with Trump. You have to put your money into his cryptocurrency that he directly benefits from, and in return, you get direct access to him via private dinner or private tour of the White House. What is so hard to understand about this?
Donald Trump's family is making a ton of money on crypto. Trump family paper gains from crypto. Get this, nearing $1 billion. We're talking from mining. We're talking from their own coins. The bottom line is the Trump family saw an opportunity to go into crypto to make a lot of money from crypto, and that is, in fact, exactly what they have done. And Donald Trump is one of the people who has been responsible for bringing crypto into the mainstream because it's been good for him politically, but it has also been quite good for him and his family financially.
Yes. The president has financial interests all over the crypto world. He's already declared that meme coins will not be regulated as securities, stripping investors of legal protections. Why? Because Trump has his own meme coin, one that magically inflated his net worth by billions of dollars before collapsing like every other scam coin. And it gets worse. At a recent crypto dinner, attendees had to buy Trump's coin just to get in the door. One of the attendees, crypto mogul Justin Sun, who shelled out $40 million for a seat at the table. He'd already poured $10 million into World Liberty Financial, Trump's family-run crypto scheme. And wouldn't you know it, right after that dinner, the SEC, yes, the same Securities and Exchange Commission that was investigating Sun, dropped the case. That's not even subtle. The SEC also dropped its lawsuit against Binance after that company, Binance, started working with, you guessed it, Trump's World Liberty Financial. And Binance's founder, Changpeng Zhao, he pled guilty to money laundering, served 4 months in prison, and has been openly angling for a pardon from Trump. You think that's a long shot? Well, don't forget, Trump already pardoned executives at BitMEX, another crypto exchange busted for violating anti-money laundering laws. This is a pattern. And if you thought regulatory capture was bad, it gets even more dangerous. Trump has now claimed that the Securities and Exchange Commission is not an independent agency anymore. According to Trump, it's under his direct control. And the new Trump-appointed chairman of the commission is a Bitcoin industry titan.
Paul has also been a leader in the emerging crypto and blockchain industries and served as co-chair of the Digital Chambers Token Alliance. He's the perfect man to lead this agency at a time when crypto innovators are urgently in need of, and they want so badly, they want it to happen. Paul will end the weaponization of the SEC and stop the lawless enforcement practices that occurred during the Biden administration.
The grift doesn't stop at our borders. Trump's World Liberty Financial is the middleman in international pay-to-play. Last fall, MGX, which is a firm tied to Abu Dhabi's sovereign wealth fund, used $2 billion in Trump-linked stablecoin to invest in another UAE crypto fund. Another fund, Aqua One, announced a $100 million crypto purchase, again through Trump's World Liberty Financial. That's foreign money flowing through a Trump-controlled crypto firm, and no one in government is stopping it. The SEC? Gutted. The DOJ's crypto enforcement team shuttered. Oversight? Gone. The Trump administration has even dispatched Vice President Vance to help promote crypto.
U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance is scheduled to give a keynote address at the 2025 Bitcoin conference in Las Vegas. Donald Trump Jr. has also appeared at the three-day event along with several U.S. lawmakers. Their appearances come amid a notable rollback of regulations in the cryptocurrency industry since President Trump started his second term in office.
A rollback in crypto regulations and oversight, all while Donald Trump gets personally richer and the public shoulders the risk. This is a trifecta of corruption, deregulation, grift, and a looming financial disaster. The President of the United States, past or future, is not supposed to profit from economic chaos he or she engineers. But Donald Trump is making chaos his brand, and he's turning the United States economy into his next casino.